Alrighty, gentlemen, we're about to pick the draft order, but first we have to designate each barrel to each person. So let's take a look. Regrettably, I did not successfully get a video of me actually randomizing it, so unfortunately you're just gonna have to trust me, but I can promise you with my integrity, it's random. And as you can see on the right, you have all of the barrel matchups, which you'll see will kind of determine everything in a second. All right, so how this works, we're gonna take all of these barrels, all the ones we're using, pop open the bung so we can access the bung hole. I'm gonna stick this in there to pull out a little sample. It's like a big straw. You pretty much just plug the end of it, so I'll let that soak up. I'm gonna bring it over in this beaker and use the Antonpar. This is a $3,000 machine to take each one of them. We're gonna go one by one and we'll keep you posted, starting off with A1, which is Johnny's. We're ready to go. We just need about 50 milliliters. So just plug that up and that'll be plenty. Let that drain come on over. Set that right there. Stick that sucker in and pull up a little sample and calculate. We'll check back in. And Johnny's on the board with 118.68. That's the proof, so 59% alcohol by volume. Doesn't mean much now, we'll see how it stands. Moving on to A2, this is Logan. It's calculating, and it stands. All right, Logan jumps ahead. All right, on to A3, which is Will's. A3 comes in at 117.95, bottom tier. All right, last year's champ A4, Tyler Pilgrim, Brian Balaga, Iowa. Whoops, missed a lot there. Let's see what he gets. Coming in at fourth of the four we have so far at the low 117s. That's where Tyler's gonna sit for now. Alrighty, on to A5 for Mr. LeBeau. And there we go. Should take this time to note that all of these, A is for Armagnac, means these are 5-year bourbons that spend a month finishing in Armagnac, which is a brandy. So it's a kind of a spicy, hot, warm, cozy, wintry bourbon, but it's a special one. $100 a bottle for each bottle in these barrels. Right, not first, not worst. 117.59 for LeBeau. All right, Kyle's up next with A6, about to round the curve. It's gonna finish up measuring in a second, so you're gonna get Kyle at currently 5th, ahead of T-Pill and below LeBeau. Worst he can do is 11th, best he can do is 5th. Boom, 117.11. Alrighty, on to Bibby with lucky number 7, last year's runner-up. Let's see, will he come in second again? Will he change his name? The world may never know. Alrighty, Bibby slides in at 117.23, the third worst spot. I'd be feeling pretty good if I were Logan or Chris, the only ones that are above 117. And for our dear sweet butters, we have barrel A8. Alrighty, let's see. Oop, bad framing. Let's see what he gets. Playing very close within one another. Butter slides into 5th with 117.47. And rounding out the Armagnac barrels, we have A9 for Tanky. Let's see what that brings him. 117.14 puts him just above Kyle for third to last. This is where it'll get interesting. We have a 5-year bourbon that's aging in a Tokai barrel, which is a Hungarian wine. So same age as the Armagnacs, 5 years, spends about a year finishing, so really shouldn't be too different, but it's a different spirit that it's finishing in, so it's gonna yield a different result. I don't know how that's gonna affect the proof, so I guess we'll see. Oof, unfavorable. Sorry about that, Mitch. Turns out the specialty Tokai is not your friend. We'll see how the maple fares for, who is that, Chris? Yeah, for Chris. Same deal going on here for Chris, but in maple syrup. So we'll see if this gets a similarly low proof like poor Mitch's Tokai, but regardless, it's gonna taste really great. So there's some solace in that. Oh no, not friendly whatsoever. No more parties in LA, it looks like. It's from my friend Kanye's song. Yeah, tough break for the LA guys in the specialty barrels. You know, and if you're like, hey, those barrels are different than the other ones, that's not fair. You saw me randomize that, so I don't really want to hear any flack from you. It's unfortunate, but you get a quick turn at the 1-2, so don't be complaining. An unfortunate turnout with the maple and the Tokai for the LA boys. I apologize, but I don't apologize, because if you're like, oh, those are different than the rest of the Armagnac barrels, you're correct, but I did randomize that, so 2 levels of randomization means it's not my fault. So apologies for nothing. Alrighty, and that's roughly where we stand. We got Logan at the 1 or the 2, Johnny the 2 or 3, Will the 3 or 4, LeBeau 4 or 5, Butters 5 or 6, Bibby 6 or 7, Tanky 7 or 8, Kyle 8 or 9, Tyler 9 or 10, Mitch 10 or 11, Chris 11 or 12. We'll pick this back up when I randomize mine, so we can get our final order. Good luck, boys. Alrighty, everybody, I have Dorothy here, a third-party source, who is going to be picking my random position. So go ahead, Dorothy.
Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 12.
Now let's show the camera.
3.
I didn't do it. So that puts me at 3, and you can see the adjusted standings right here. Good luck, everybody.